Intel i7 claims to beat Apple M1. ROG Flow X13 pairs with XG Mobile. Don't go anywhere, this is MLM. AMD's Ryzen Threadripper Pro is coming to you from March 2021 onwards. With 64 cores, 128 PCIe 4.0 lanes, and 4 channels of memory, Threadripper Pro is the world's fastest workstation processor. More info in the link below. So for today's MLM, we'll be doing something different. We're changing up my MLM style. So today's MLM will be more vlog and casual feel. Okay, anyway, today's first news is PC's news. Intel i7 claims that they can beat Apple M1 wall. Let's see. When Apple first announced their new M1 processor, they claimed that it had the world's fastest CPU core. While there is some dispute to the validity of the claim, between the M1 and the older Intel-powered MacBooks has shown some pretty impressive benchmarks. While it looks like Intel took it quite personally because Apple ditched Intel for their own in-house chip, which is why they have decided to fight back Apple with some benchmarks where they compared their latest 11th generation i7 Tiger Lake CPU to Apple's M1 chip. Now let's take a look at the benchmarks. This slide compares the Apple M1 and the i7-1185G7 when it comes to productivity performance, and as you can see, Intel claims to be quite a bit faster in many of these applications, including WebXP RT3's Chrome benchmarks and Office 365 benchmarks based on Intel's own real-world usage guidelines. But previous benchmarks by other reviewers have shown the M1 to be at the same level, if not better than Intel's counterpart. So who do we believe here? Next, when it comes to creative application, it also shows that Intel is significantly faster than M1. Intel claims to be significantly faster on the Topaz Lab AI tools while beating Apple in the Adobe Premiere Pro, Photoshop, and Lightroom. But once again, these are based on Intel's own real-world usage guidelines, which Intel has been pushing for quite a while because we all know that they are losing when it comes to raw performance. So they have been putting more emphasis on real-world performance instead. As for gaming, it seems like it is more of a back and forth comparing the M1 and the Xe integrated graphics on the Intel CPU lah. But Intel has not forgotten to make sure that half of the slide is just games that don't run yet on the M1 due to the lack of boot camp. Seems like the point that Intel is trying to make is choose PC over Mac if you want to game, which has already been the case for a very long time. While I'm not saying that it's wrong for Intel to compare, I'm just saying that the way they compare is a bit weird. Now next, continuing with the real-world argument. Intel compared the M1 on the MacBook Pro against itself in the day-in-the-life Evo responsiveness scenarios. Intel claims the M1 failed 8 out of the 25 scenarios but does not offer any examples, leaving everyone confused on what that actually means. The only 3 examples given were switch to calendar in Outlook, starting a video conference call in Zoom, and selecting picture in PowerPoint. All of these 3, which I'm pretty sure the M1 MacBook can also do without having any problems. It's so standard. Once again, it's just a bit weird for Intel to compare in this manner. It is not really educating us on how Intel can really beat the M1, but it's more of confusing us. And also looking at this slide, Intel also argued that Apple's battery life claims were made up. Based on their claims, the M1 MacBook Air came ahead with a 6-minute difference only. But according to Tom Hardware's review and test, the M1 MacBook Pro beat Intel PCs by hours. Intel's benchmarks claim that their 11th generation i7 core processors are faster than M1, but they are not industry standard benchmarks. Also, if you look closely at the slide just now, you have realized that they swap out the Pro with the Switch when they compared the battery life, as well as the i7-1185G7 to 1165G7 for some tests. This shows a super incomplete picture, but well, we can't say that Intel is wrong and we can't say that the numbers are not trustable, but all I can say is let's wait for more head-to-head comparisons from independent creators. Looks like there will be a new gaming laptop by Asus, and here's what we know. It is a 13.4-inch 2-in-1 convertible laptop, and it runs on a 16:10 4K display panel. You can also opt for a 120Hz Full HD panel for extra smoothness, and the screen can support touch and stylus input. If you're wondering how much it weighs 1.3 kg, and it is only 0.62 inches thick, which is around 1.5 cm. And by being a convertible laptop, this means that it can also improve its cooling system. Why do I say so? It's because when you put the laptop and you let it stand like a tent, then the base of the laptop is not touching the table. So this means that it can draw air easily and it will have a better cooling system. And it also runs on AMD Ryzen 9 5980HS processor and NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650 graphics card. You must be thinking, but this is a 4K laptop, how come it only runs on a 1650 GPU? Haha, so this is where the XG Mobile comes in. The XG Mobile is a eGPU, which stands for external graphics card, and by having an eGPU, ASUS can focus more on CPU performance and also the laptop's portability. But as a PC enthusiast, we all know there are limitations when it comes to using eGPU, and the number one is the bandwidth when it is connected via the Thunderbolt 3 port. When connected through this port, right, because of its limited 40 gigabytes per second bandwidth, this actually means you could lose about 20 to 25% of performance. And then the second limitation would be the extra space the eGPU will have to occupy when it sits next to your laptop. But that is not the case with XG Mobile. ASUS wants to kill two birds with one stone. The XG Mobile is much smaller than typical eGPU enclosures, so it will not take up too much space on your table. Just imagine two 20,000 mAh power banks stacked side by side, and also the thickness is more or less around maximum 2 cm or 3 cm. It features a proper NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 graphics card performance, so there's no need to worry about GPU performance anymore. And you can connect XG Mobile to Flow X13 through a special port that does not limit the bandwidth, and this special port has a dedicated 63 GB per second bandwidth just for graphics. And also this XG Mobile itself will include input and output for you, so you can hook up peripherals and even a display. And it looks like the port that connects XG Mobile to Flow X13 is a proprietary one, so this means you cannot connect your eGPU to any other devices, or if anything happens to one of those ports, you can only rely on ASUS to support it. ASUS to repair it for you. Now let's take a look at a review done by The Verge. Based on the review by The Verge, the battery life is rather poor. Even when on battery saver and running the usual workload with only 200 nits of brightness, the battery only lasted around 5 hours and 47 minutes. While playing Red Dead, the laptop lasted just over an hour and became unplayable 55 minutes in with 10% battery left. For now, you can only purchase them in bundle and the eGPU, and they are coming soon to Malaysia for a whooping price of 13,499 ringgit. 13,499 ringgit, with that price you can buy like 3 pretty decent gaming laptops lah ha. So what do you think? Do you think this laptop or this concept will be well received by the market? Let us know in the comments down below. Next we have mobile. OnePlus 9 Pro is coming soon and it will be available in 3 models: OnePlus 9 Lite, Vanilla OnePlus 9, and OnePlus 9 Pro. Today we'll only be talking about the Pro variant because we do have some leaked images and information by YouTuber Dave2D. Based on Dave2D's video, we can see that the Pro variant will feature a curved screen with QHD+ resolution and 120Hz refresh rate. It will also have a glossy back and a metal frame, but this time, looking at the metal frame, it is cut around the power button and the alert slider, which gives it a very different pattern than the previous OnePlus models. The phone will also be powered by Snapdragon 888 and runs on 11GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. It sports a 4500 mAh battery with 65W wired and 45W wireless charging, and this phone will come with IP rating, something that's super rare for the brand. And as for camera, it's pretty interesting. Based on the leaked images, the phone will have a quad camera setup. As for what the lenses are, we still do not know yet, but I'm guessing it's wide, ultra wide, macro, and depth sensor. And if you look closely, right, on the back of the camera island, you can see the brand name Hasselblad. Hasselblad is a Swedish camera manufacturer, so I suppose the Swedish manufacturer is working together with OnePlus to improve OnePlus camera game. So OnePlus flagship phones have decent camera sensors and internals, but just It's just somehow the pictures, they always turn out below par, don't know why. So hopefully, to challenge big players in the smartphone photography scene, this collaboration, or should I say this partnership with Hasselblad, can push OnePlus to stand out there to challenge other players in the smartphone photography scene. But do you think this partnership is enough for them to challenge other big players, or they actually need other sort of improvements too? Because me myself personally, I don't really look at cameras when I buy new phones. I really look at the brand and also the operating system, because I'll be using the phone every day. I'll be staring at it most of the time throughout the day, so not something that's very nice to look at. And so far now, Apple still wins my heart. So yeah, I'm just curious what you guys think. Next, we have Xiaomi's 75-inch 4K TV. Let's see, it looks like Xiaomi is storming into the AV side of things, which stands for audio and video. Okay, with the announcement of their new 75-inch 4K TV. I'm not surprised though to see Xiaomi rolling out more and more TVs, because a lot of brands that started out making smartphones, they also dive into other products now, like TV, washing machine, speakers, headsets, and so many more. So yeah, anyway, without further ado, let's check out what this TV is all about. So this 75-inch Mi TV Q1 is Xiaomi's flagship TV. It has a metal finishing and the bezels are razor thin. It runs on QLED panel with 120Hz refresh rate, HDR Plus, and 102-zone full array dynamic local dimming, which means that the LEDs are placed behind the screen and have multiple zones throughout the display, not like all the older OLED TV or LED TV where the LED is only around the edges. Okay, anyway, continue moving on. The display has a 178-degree viewing angle and it is powered by 1.5 GHz MediaTek MT9611 processor paired with 2 GB of RAM and 32 GB of storage. It runs on Android 10 and it is preloaded with Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, and YouTube apps. It also comes with a built-in mic, so you can use it to talk to your Google Assistant or Amazon Alexa commands. And the input-output includes 3 HDMI 2.0 ports, which are great for console gamers, an Ethernet port, and 2 USB ports. And you can even choose low latency if you're a gamer or a streamer yourself. The best part about this TV that makes it so outstanding and make it so value for money is that it offers HDR10 Plus and features 6 units of 30-watt stereo speakers, 2 tweeters, and 4 woofers with Dolby Audio and DTS HD support, which is a high-definition digital surround sound for home theater use. So if you want to set up a home theater, you don't even have to worry about buying a super expensive TV just to support it. But you can just buy a Xiaomi TV. For how much? I'll let you know soon. So it will be available for sale in March for 1,299 euro. When converted to Malaysian ringgit, it should be around 6,000 ringgit to 7,000 ringgit. So given all the specs and features it is packed with, is this TV the most affordable for TV enthusiasts? Let us know in the comments down below. Do you guys play Little Nightmares? I do, but only on the iPad, and the iPad version is actually called Very Little Nightmares, and I really enjoy the game because it is so cute to look at, although it is a horror game that is filled with suspense, puzzles, adventure, and action. So last week, Little Nightmare 2 arrived on PC, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, PS4, and it is also PS5 and Xbox S/X compatible. And what is new about this game? Let's check out the trailer. Based on the trailer, it looks just the same and it is still not for multiplayer play. For gamers, you'll play as a young boy character Mono and you'll explore a new world of Pale City where you're trapped in an evil dimension. Will you be going through all this alone? No, you'll be having a buddy and your buddy's name is Six, but she's just a guide lah. So yeah, based on the trailer, right, it looked pretty intense lah. I believe it will be quite the game of the year. And though the game looks cute, it is not for the faint-hearted. The game style is kind of similar to Ratchet & Clank, where you play as the main character and you have a buddy by your side as a guide. So yeah, do you dig this kind of game or do you prefer something more visually scary for horror games? Let us know in the comments down below. Anyways, comments time. Let's go. Play Cookie Run Kingdom. Art and kuching are waste of money leh. Everyone will be driving their own transport anyway, and I don't see where art will fit in. And do you know if death of blue screen error code critical process ended is caused by faulty hard drive motherboard? Wow, I didn't know that. Anyway, I did play Cookie Run back in uni days. I downloaded that game and I spent thousands just on purchasing the costumes and characters. And very sadly, unfortunately, 2 years ago or 3 years ago, the game shut down. So my money also wasted. Yeah, and as for Kuching, I've never been to Kuching before. I've never been to East Malaysia before. So I don't really know how the situation is like over there. Based on your comment, it sounds like Kuching is just like Vietnam, you know, crazy traffic. I don't know, let me know. Next, Houdini. First comment, I don't understand why this channel is so underrated even after putting up so much quality content. Well, I don't know, maybe it's because of where we do it. Like we're in Malaysia. In Malaysia, when it comes to tech content, it's just not as wide as a reach as compared to other kinds of topics. And this is where we need your help, okay? Like please help us share our videos out. If you're on Reddit all the time, share our videos on Reddit, share our content, let people know about us. Yeah, I think that'll be great. Random User 2.0. Honestly speaking, I wouldn't like to buy the Apple AR glasses. Like, technology is already so much included in our lives, and I certainly would not like having a screen in front of my face 24/7. There's a limit to using everything. That is very true, but brother, too much of anything is bad, okay? And I also agree with you. Like, technology is really killing the next generation. I say this because, right, I'm actually teaching right now. I teach classes, and the kids these days are just pretty dumb. They need you to feed them with information. They need you to guide them. They need you to like lead them. It's not they don't know what to do. Technology is supposed to help make our lives easier, but certainly it's not here to make us stupid, more and more stupid. So please use everything and do everything in moderation. That's all I can say. I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you to everybody. I received your wishes and I am much better now. Yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye!